Glad to have you with us here on Patriots Today by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on today's show, we are going to go over the latest New England Patriots news and rumors as we'll focus on three different players the Patriots could end up signing in free agency. They include the likes of Demarcus Robinson, Jarvis Landry, Kareem Hunt. We'll tell you what some of the experts have to say about the possibility of bringing those guys to New England in just a matter of moments. Before we do, folks, we are growing at a rapid pace here on Patriots Today. We are closing in on 2.5K subscribers on the channel. We're about 66 subs away from getting there, but we need your help to reach that milestone. If you want daily New England Patriots coverage, we got it for you here on the channel. Even though the draft is over, we're still talking free agency, trades, minicamp, OTAs, training camp, and more. Subscribe now for free today. Let's get to that next milestone. The more subscribers we get, the more coverage we can bring you here on the channel. Subscribe for free today. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Let's begin with Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry has played for a few teams already in his NFL career, from the Miami Dolphins to the Cleveland Browns and most recently the New Orleans Saints. And he's had a pretty decent career. And Bleacher Report has suggested that the Patriots give Landry a look. Here's more what Bleacher Report had to say. Jarvis Landry is the best free agent wide receiver the Patriots could go after right now. The 30-year-old is coming off of a disappointing season with the New Orleans Saints, in which he recorded the lowest single-season receiving yard total of his career. His signing might not strum up much excitement among Patriots fans because of that, but it may be the team's best option to add more depth. Landry, this past season, we mentioned his numbers not that impressive in 9 games played with 25 receptions, 272 yards. He was hurt for much of this past season with about 11 yards a reception and 1 touchdown. But I look at it this way. When it comes to Jarvis Landry, he's not going to cost you that much. He's going to be very cheap on the wide receiver market. And if he can find a way to stay healthy, then I think you're looking at Jarvis Landry still being a very productive receiver in this league and potentially on this New England Patriots team. And with where the Patriots are at, trying to find some consistency to the offense for Mac Jones and keeping things in the short stuff, the short passing game, right? What we've seen from Jarvis Landry over the years in his NFL career is an ability to be a very solid possession receiver for finding ways to get open in space in the middle of the field, and that could be a good compliment to Mac Jones as far as I'm concerned. So if he can stay healthy, this would be a home run. This would be a win-win for New England as far as I think. What say you, though? This is your chance to be the judge here on Patriots Today. Tell me what you think in the comments section. Y for yes, N for no. This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. While the ads play, get your votes in. Tell me one way or the other. Y for yes, N for no. Should the Patriots sign Jarvis Landry or not? The next player that Bleacher Report suggested was wide receiver Demarcus Robinson, who most recently played for the Baltimore Ravens. You probably remember his time in Kansas City with the Chiefs. Very brief stint last offseason with the Las Vegas Raiders before he was ultimately cut. What about bringing him to the Patriots? Here's more from Bleacher Report. Demarcus Robinson would fit a different profile than the current wide receivers on the Patriots roster. The 28-year-old is a speedy, big play wide receiver who may complement Juju Smith-Schuster and others in certain formations. Robinson has never had more than 500 receiving yards in a single season, but he did record a single-season best of 48 receptions with the Baltimore Ravens in 2022. An easy case could be made to sign the Florida product over any other free agent wide receiver because of his production last season. Now, here's the silver lining in what you just heard of the analysis there from Bleacher Report is that although Demarcus Robinson is coming off arguably the best season of his entire National Football League career, with the injuries that went down with that Baltimore Ravens team last year to Rashad Bateman and others, Demarcus Robinson was asked to be the number 1 receiver, to be wide receiver 1 there in Baltimore, and didn't live up to the expectations. Now, granted, they were probably a bit too high. He probably shouldn't have been asked to be the number 1 receiver, but when push came to shove, Demarcus Robinson wasn't all that ready to go. His career has been very up and down. We've seen those flashes in the pan from D-Rob. We saw times when he was in Kansas City where Patrick Mahomes and him were on the same page and he was explosive and a huge, deep threat, and then others where he kind of just faded in the background of sorts. So I would put it this way. If you're going to bring in Demarcus Robinson, don't necessarily have high expectations. Kind of simmer those down for a second when it comes to D-Rob here. I would sit back and say, be excited and almost surprised when actually he does something big, because you're going to get the good, you're going to get with the bad with Demarcus Robinson. He kind of just fades in and out, and that's been the theme his entire career. Should the Patriots sign Demarcus Robinson? What do you think? Let us know in the comment section. S for sign, P for pass. I got one more player to talk about here in a second, but want to hear first about D-Rob. What do you think? Should he come to New England? Let us know. S for sign, P for pass. The last player that Bleacher Report suggested is running back Kareem Hunt, who most recently played for the Cleveland Browns. Prior to that, he was with the Kansas City Chiefs, had much controversy in Kansas City, leading ultimately to him being cut with the video of the situation that happened there. And then he goes to Cleveland, was the backup for Chubb the last couple of seasons, and kind of a head case of sorts we've seen throughout his career. More on that in just a second, but let's focus on why he could be a fit for the Patriots. New England's other free agent direction could be to add the best possible playmaker to the offense. Kareem Hunt produced 35 receptions in 3 of his 4 seasons with the Cleveland Browns, as he might be a good outlet for Jones to work with out of the backfield. New England currently has Ramondre Stevenson on top of the running back depth chart, with Pierre Strong Jr. and James Robinson behind him. Hunt has been a more effective pass catcher over the last few seasons than Robinson, who struggled to make an impact in 2022. Now, here's why I have my skepticism, my doubts about Kareem Hunt. Your problems cannot be bigger than your production. And I think what we've seen with Kareem Hunt throughout his career is that his issues have outweighed what he's done on the football field. Kareem Hunt is a talented player. Nobody's disputing that. But is he really worth the headache that he brings on? That we've seen him demanding trades, of not being happy with not getting a certain amount of touches. And we mentioned his time in Kansas City, how that all ended. To me, I don't know what's going to come next from Kareem Hunt in his next location. Not to mention that he is an older running back now. He's not the spring chicken that he was a few years ago. So do you really want to take that on? And personally, I have more faith in the Patriots backfield than I think a lot of people do at this point in time. I think that you're going to be surprised of the production that you'll see from this running back room here in 2023. The numbers from Kareem Hunt last year, we mentioned how good he was as a receiver, not just a rusher. You do get that, so that is a positive. 210 receiving yards for Kareem Hunt last year, 468 rushing yards, and 4 total touchdowns in 2022 and 17 games played for Kareem Hunt. So there's a few players that we talked about in today's show. Kareem Hunt, Demarcus Robinson, Jarvis Landry. Name a player you think the Patriots should sign, whether it was somebody we talked about today or somebody else out there. Who would you like to see in Foxborough? Let us know in the comments section below. Hit me up on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, talking about your New England Patriots, and I shall see you next time right here on New England Patriots Today. Thanks for joining us.